Okay. Hi, hello everyone. Welcome to my channel. And today's video is on detailed video on resignation. So I try to make it not so long. Uh, Everything I'll try to make in or describe in brief. So without wasting time, let's start our video. So about resignation, there are some points. The first thing is, what is the resignation? When an employee or like you decide to quit or not to continue in your current organization for a number of reasons, maybe some personal reasons, family reasons, or like you have some professional reasons also. That is you basically resign. Now these three terms differentiation. Resignation is from employee side, that the employee decides to quit the job or not to continue. Termination is from the employer side. The employer decides to terminate the employee. Absconding is like neither from the employee side nor from the employer side. Simply without informing, you escapes from the or the employee escapes from the organization. These are the three different terms. Now resignation process. If you want to resign, then first have a verbal communication with your seniors or boss or HR, whoever there. Tell your concern points, inform them, and after that, give a resignation letter or send a mail. Now, if you are sending a mail to your boss, sorry, addressing him or her, keep a CC to your HR also and your personal mail ID also. That will be helpful to you in future after you stop service in that organization for accessing your resignation letter. I mean, that will be basically the main reason of keeping your personal mail ID in your CC is that in future you have any proof in hand. Now, if you are addressing your HR, just uh, give him or her the main letter, resignation or mail, and keep CC your uh, boss and your uh, personal mail ID. Now for termination, you nothing have to do. Everything is done by the employer. Now for absconding, now what happens if you just stops working? Now from the company side or the organization side, you start receiving some communication. Now you shall communicate, or else there may be some legal critical conditions may arrive. Okay, it may be there in future. So just communicate and tell that you are facing these issues and do that. But yeah, all these three types of things happen. That's why they are named as like this: resignation, termination, and absconding. Now, in once you resign, there are two things. One is notice period, another is bond. Now, what happens when you get the offer letter or the appointment letter? You see something is written, while you leave that organization you have to serve this month of notice period or this days of notice period, and or you sign a bond, right? In the offer letter also you will sign, and in bond also you will sign. Now why it is there? Now simply, if in an organization an employee is working, now without informing, if that employee leaves, or even just after information the employee leaves, now what will happen? The work of that organization will get hampered. So that the work doesn't get hampered in that notice period time, what's the responsibility of that employee who resigns is to give or to train the next person who will working in that particular project or work, that will make a or maintain a good relationship between your organization and your employee also, sorry, and your employer also. Now in bond, why it is there now, once employee joins an organization, now the organization starts uh, investing on that, not investing, shall I tell, I shall tell, starts uh, uh, like that organization starts mm, doing uh, okay, that some, uh, what shall I tell, that some resources they spend, okay, on that employee. Now what happens that on the main point, that is give some experiences and all, so that that employee works better for that organization. Now if they leave, that will be a like, that will be a huge problem, not I shall tell huge, but huge on the point of the that particular employee or that particular work that was being handled by that employee. Now uh, so to save from this, the bond is there. Now obviously what will happen, see down the line, the reason for the notice period and bonds basically are same side by side. Now once an employee leaves the company or the organization, incurs some losses, to cure from the losses, there is this process. Okay, now there are some cases, and how to deal with them. Now let's say you join in an organization, and within few months you tell that or you decide, or you feel that you are not interested in this job, or you don't want to do them, so you resign. Now what happens in most of the cases, it is reviewed by your seniors, that if you resign, then what the effect uh, on the organization, not from that particular employee side, also from other sides, other employee sides, also from, there are many factors there. Maybe the those factors are viewed by the now if you ask me that what are those factors, that there is no such valid points or factors which is written somewhere, but based upon that particular company's or organization's point of view of, by the senior persons or the HR, they decide the thing finally. Now all the things that is, that I have told in the points, those are theoretical, or you can tell those are some kind of formal kind of thing. Now everything, when it comes to application, it is dependent upon the whoever the person is tackling all this, I mean based upon the HR or the uh, senior, your manager, whoever. Now if they think that if you, if they let you go, then there will be no such harm for that organization, they will let you go. Okay, now that is the best condition for an employee. Now the next worst condition is, they will let you go, but they charge some amount for notice period. If there is n days of notice period, that n days of salary or the basic they demand from you. It's very logical also from the company's point of view, because if you just quit the job, or if they just let you go, then someone they have to hire in that position to continue that work, na? So they have to pay that employee. So it's not that basically they are taking money from you and keeping in their own, but they are uh, also investing some on some other people, not investing, giving, crediting the salaries in some other people so that the work continues. Now, let me tell about the legality of the bond. Okay. Now, as per the Indian Contract Act, whatever I have studied in and whatever the researches I have done in the internet, there is no such legality uh, to make you a bond of like whatever amount they claim. Okay, so they can only claim, you know, they can sorry, they can only claim the uh, particular amount. Okay, which is uh, just uh, you can tell spent by the employer. It's not just in the training also, also in their personal grooming and enhancement of that employee. Then if such amount is invested or spent, then they can claim up to that amount only, that they have spent this amount on their personal grooming or on that employee's personal grooming or enhancement and training. So that's also a valid thing, not more than that. Now, uh, the thing is, the employer can tell. So okay, let me go upon the conditions, the cases. So the best case I told that they just simply let you know. The next case is that they charge you something in terms of notice period. Now, while talking about in terms of bond, I told about that whether it is legal or not. Now, uh, you negotiate, like the employee negotiates with the employer telling something. Now everything happens. Now, if the most critical condition is that the employer anyhow doesn't uh, understand the employee, there may or must be some mutual thing, like everything is written that you have to serve 1 month of notice period or 3 months of notice period. Now the employee has to see the employ I mean the employer has to see the employee's side also, that why that employee wants to leave, is there any urgency from their side or not. So based upon that, maybe that may be waived, that notice period, maybe it may be halved or something. Okay, or also the if the employee uh, tells that within that time uh, that employee will do whatever work he had to do or he's supposed to do. Now in the bond, let me tell you, so about the notice period I told. Now about the bond, I told already that how much that employer can uh, take. Now, like, is it really legal of employment bond? Now, as per Indian Contract Act, there's no such point of taking bond amount. Okay, obviously, if I, as I told, if there is some reason of doing that, I mean, there are some valid points, then only they can claim that bond. Now, uh, the worst condition is that they are not anyhow relieving you, and they give you or some kind of threats you that they will do or take some legal steps. Now, you don't have to be feared. If you have told, the first step is that tell the employee, tell the employer that you want to resign. Then, I mean, the first is verbal communication, then is any kind of formal communication, letter or mail, even after that. And third is some kind of then again verbal, like negotiation, that I know these are the rules, but see from my side, and I promise that I will do my work, and like that. Even after that nothing works, then you take help from an lawyer or practitioner who practices in court. Okay, so maybe they know the laws better because they have already uh, faced such cases, because these are normal in India nowadays. There are many kind of organizations and employees, so these things happen in many such cases come. So let me tell you. So as I told that Section 27 of Indian Contract Act, it doesn't tell any kind of legality or validity of uh, contract bond. The most powerful thing is that Article 19 of Indian Constitution that gives you the right to exercise a lawful profession or trade or business. That employee, as per Indian Constitution, that employee or even a particular any person has that right to select that job, right? Right to select whatever he wants to do. Now, who is a employer or बाप का बेटा to protest or to stop you from doing whatever you want if you are doing something legally or something as per the constitution, right? Now, I told you the worst conditions. Okay, the worst condition is in those, but remember, there if there are 100 cases, 100 such cases of notice period versus bond. Now this in the worst condition it goes to the court, but even after that, in most of the cases, what happens, the employee wins. Now there are few cases where employer wins. In that cases, they have to prove that whatever the employee was doing or doing, that is harmful for that organization or bad for that organization, or the employee was doing something intentional to make some harm for that organization. Now it's not only about telling, about proving also. So sometimes, or most of the times, I shall tell that they are not able to uh, prove until and unless that employee has done really something really bad or had some bad intention really. So if you are have a good intention, have a good thing, so you don't have to worry about that. Okay, down the line, after reading all the things, you have to be, and after knowing all the things, you have to be practical. And there are steps of resignation. I told verbal communication, then formal communication, then again some kind of verbal communication for your negotiation, and then taking some legal help. Okay, so that's all about for this video. Thank you for watching. Thank you so much. So if you have any comment or uh, any query on this video, so you can comment it down. And also along with this video, I'm giving a link, a LinkedIn link. So those who have LinkedIn, I think they will be easily able to read this, and those who don't have, I don't know whether they will be able to read or not. Actually, this post is by uh, practicing advocate at Bombay High Court, and post is published on March 2020. So it really gives you the more detailed, I mean, as you can understand, it's the post from the advocate. So it talks about the legality, those things also. So I will give this link in the video description. So mm, go and check that. Okay. Thank you. Thank you for watching this video. Bye bye. Take care.